Alright everybody, so today we're taking a look at Project Zomboid. Been playing this game for a while, so I figured since yesterday I got a new microphone, try to do like a little let's play video. For those of you who haven't played it before, it's a survival sandbox game. It's pretty realistic, based off of a zombie apocalypse pretty much. Like if you've ever dreamed if the world came to an end and zombies took over and you want to know what it would be like to live in that situation, and this game's for you. But yeah, I'll link it in the description for the Steam store page for those of you who have played it, or I mean if you're just fixing to get it and you're fixing to start playing it. There's one little thing I wanted to show you that I found on Reddit. So by default this game only uses 3 gigabytes of RAM, and I haven't tested it yet, but I've upped mine, allocated more for it. We're gonna see today if it helps it run better. But in order to do that, you just go to the drive where the Steam folder is that you've installed Project Zomboid. In my case, it'd be on the D drive. Go to Steam Library, Apps, Common. Scroll down till you find Project Zomboid. And you want to find either the 64-bit version JSON or the 32-bit version JSON. Whichever version of Windows you're running, whatever your CPU architecture is, it's probably going to be 64. So you're going to open that, and you're going to come down where you see XMX. So this is going to be the maximum amount of RAM that Project Zomboid will use. At default, it will be 3072, which you can see, except for XMS, that's for the minimum. You may open this file and you may not have a XMS, you may only have a XMX. I added in XMX so that way it knows not to use no less than 3 gigabytes, and at max it will use 8 gigabytes. So you just add that in and make sure when you change it and all that and everything's fine, and you just go to file and save. I've already done it, so I'm not going to save it here. With mods, I am running the weapon condition indicator. That was very helpful. It shows when your weapon's about to break and whatnot. Time period, accurate music. That's for true music. I'm not going to be using that in this video. This I'm not using. I just didn't like how it puts that icon so close to the center of the screen on your HUD. But that's very helpful if you want to look at your clothing really quick. And Filibuster Rhymes use cars. This adds a whole bunch more cars to the game. I like that differentiation of cars. We got, this is part of Britta's mod. Britta's weapons pack adds so many weapons, it's not even funny. So many guns, it's just crazy. I mean, guns, attachments, suppressors, you name it. It's all there, as you can see. Just pictures and pictures. Guns. It's nice to have, but I very rarely even use firearms because I'm not trained enough to use them. So I just wind up dying instead. In early game, mid game, melee weapons is going to be the way to go. I mean, I hope to one day get to the end game. I haven't even came close over my 130 hours, maybe more. 170, sorry. Time just flies when you're playing this game. Yeah, 173 hours in this game, and I'm still very new to it. But back to the mods. Britta's armor pack. Self-explanatory, adds a bunch of armor to the game. I think that's gonna be it for the mod. Like I said, this right here is just like dependencies for other mods. But other than that, I'm gonna jump in the game. I don't know if I mentioned it, but playing on survivor difficulty because taking a break from apocalypse. I've been spending a lot of time in that lately, and I don't seem to get very far. It is helping me get better, I will say that. But survivor mode, I mean, it's still challenging, but it's a lot more laid back. It has multi-hit, so you can hit more than one zombie at a time with melee weapons. That helps out a lot. Once this character dies, I'm going to start a brand new playthrough and do a Let's Play series on it. But this one right here, so far, I've made it around 7 days. The water's been cut off. You see in this game, you start out, the power's going to go out between 0 to 7 days, because that's what would happen if the world was overtook by zombies. Pretty realistic. You can change this to sandbox settings, but we're playing survivor is offset. Power's going to go out anywhere between 0 to 7 days, I think. Same thing with water, television. Maybe it's a month, 0 to 30 days. I don't know. I'll have to double check that. But yep, so the power's still on. The water's out. They've cut the water off. You also have a meta event, the helicopter event, which happens. I think that happens between 0 to 7 days. That's already happened in this playthrough. So I started in Riverside. I had to escape Riverside because that event happened, and when the helicopter comes in, you can't actually see it, but you can hear it just sitting there hovering over your head, watching you. They don't try to rescue or nothing, they're just watching you. And they attract hordes and hordes and hordes of zombies because they're just sitting there hovering watching you. So luckily I found a vehicle and was able to escape to an, I wouldn't call it a cabin, but it's a nice house like directly on the river down the road a good bit. And it's pretty isolated. There's not many zombies, just a lot of wooded area. And I always like going to this building. I've already done it in a couple playthroughs going to this building. But we're going to fortify there and going to work on getting some supplies wrangled up. Yep, we're going to jump into the game. I think I have a lot of organizing to do. So once we're in there, I'll probably talk a little bit more about what's going on and fast forward through the organizing because I know y'all probably don't want to see that. Yeah, I'll see you in the game. So when you pretty much boot up the game, if you haven't played it before, it's going to pretty much tell you as it's loading that you're not going to live long. This is going to be how you died. So you can't take this game, well I say you can't take it too seriously, but you're not the kind of person who just likes to keep trying over and over and trying to get better like as a person, not like as your character in the game, because you're probably going to lose that character 9 times out of 10. You're going to lose him. And as I'm recording this video, when we start, a zombie could just sneak up out of nowhere and it'd be the end of this playthrough after I've done played for so long. But if you don't think you would have that thrill of starting again and coming up from nothing, then this probably isn't the game for you. Anyway, we're going to get into it. So this is the house I was talking about. Don't mind these garbage bags, just where I had all my loot stashed, and I just threw it in the back of the truck and headed here. But I've already done some organizing, as you can see. I mean, I got a lot of electrical parts and spare parts and stuff. But also, there's TV shows that you can watch at 6 a.m., 12 p.m., 6 p.m. They'll give you a skill point mainly in cooking, carpentry, and then the other one is like a survivalist show. It'll give you sometimes farming, sometimes foraging. It's like a random thing. But after 7 days, those get cut off, so I'm not able to watch anymore. Yep, this is a nice little home. Doing stuff outside, but it's the kitchen. The back doors, you see I got sheets all over the windows. Zombies from seeing. There's the zombies I killed. I have to adjust my frame rate. My monitor is actually 144 hertz, but I went ahead and locked the frame rate for recording purposes, so there isn't screen tearing or whatever on the recording. Yep, this is the truck I came here in. I haven't checked out this car yet. And well, I haven't really looted the house, but there may be a key in there. It may not even be in condition. Even worry about it, to be honest. There's no gas. It's in alright condition. 2%. As you can see, the vehicle mechanics in this game are they're pretty up there. I used to play a lot of Arma 3, and the mechanics of this game, I mean, the detail, it kinda reminds me of it, except Arma's more of a mill sim. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and probably speed up the video at this point because I'm going to do a lot of organizing. I'm sure y'all don't want to watch that. Yep, I'll see you guys back in a minute. And as you can see here, kind of like a little makeshift armory I set up as soon as I got here. And I mean, this really shows what Britta's mod adds in. All of these guns I found off of corpses, except for maybe this ammo canister. I found it. I can't even remember where. Everything else was found on zombies, pretty much. So in vanilla, you wouldn't you wouldn't get that kind of loot. Also took the lucky perk, so that helped me out. Go ahead and look over my info. So as far as traits, like weak stomach, that increases your chance of foodborne illness, which I'm not really worried about because I don't eat raw food. All thumbs, that makes it where when you're transferring items from inventory to inventory, like you're looting a cabinet and moving it to your bag, it makes you very slow at that. That's, as you could tell probably while I was moving stuff around. Slow reader, so I read books, magazines, all that really, really slow. It doesn't really affect me. On days like this is a good day to stay inside and read a magazine. You don't, vision's lowered, out in the rain. You can get cold, but I mean, it's the middle of July, so you're not gonna worry about getting cold. Moving on. Took baseball player, because that gives you +1, I believe, in long blunt. And you see here, I got a baseball bat, and it does very effective damage. Lucky, as I said, you'll have an increased chance of finding loot. Gymnast, I know that adds +1 to nimble. Remember what else? Maybe strength or fitness. I think it gives you a boost on light-footed too. Or maybe, no, maybe I took the hunter. We'll just say mainly nimble. Nimble is, from what I understand, is when you're aiming, you can move faster. See, like this is normal walking, and then when you have a zombie coming up, you'll see, I'm sure. But yeah, nimble affects the speed that you can move around while aiming. Have stout, I think that's because I'm a fire officer. Gives you more strength and fitness. Then I took overweight. This is kilograms, not pounds. And overweight starts you at 95. I think the normal is 80. If you were to go underweight, I think you get 75 kilograms. But as you see right here, these are moodlets. I'm very tired, ridiculously tired. So, I mean, I'm probably not going to get out today. We're probably just going to go to sleep in a minute. These are your moodlets. So I'm tired, very hungry. And the reason I'm letting that go is, as you can see here, I'm losing weight with this arrow, down arrow. So I can get that down to 80, and then we'll start eating properly again. So basically, I'm just like starving myself. It saves on food for later, and I mean, I lose weight. Now the next step below this, I think it's starving and your health. You'll see this part right here start flashing, and your health right here will start going down. And you see your air, I think mine's not all the way up because I'm hungry. I'm very hungry. But yeah, that's where your mood, you'll see other ones. I'm sure you've seen some while I was looting, like there's a guy with a boulder, means you're carrying too much. And then the broken bone, that means you've taken a lot of damage. And everyone can go from different colors. See right there, I just got bored. Not because I'm just sitting in the house not doing anything. You could read a magazine, a book, whatever. Watch TV, watch a video, like a VHS tape, listen to the radio, anything like that. I've also noticed, like, if you get out the house and killing zombies, driving, it'll entertain you. Yeah, I think we're fixing to go to sleep. I'm still trying to decide what I want to do tomorrow. There's a couple houses down the road I could walk to on foot and loot. Probably gonna be my best bet right now. Also need to work on my carpentry skill. But the other thing I want to do eventually, I have some Molotov cocktails, I think, in this drawer. Yep. We're gonna take these. Probably a bunch of shotgun shells and that Spaz 12 that's laying on the bed right there. Probably gonna take that to the Riverside Police Station and take out the horde around there, because across the road from the police station is also a gas station. So you got gas at the gas station, and then the police station, I mean, you'll have really good armor, vest, like bulletproof vest. I think I have one on now actually, but it's not in the best shape. Condition's good. No, it's actually in good shape. Maybe we shouldn't worry about a vest, but they have riot helmets. As you see, I guess we could go through the clothing too. So you notice here, I looked at it. It's covered in blood. It just means it needs to be washed. It'll also tell you if you have a hole in it, which with a hole, a zombie has a better chance of, if they hit you in the area, they have a better chance of scratching, lacerating, or biting you. So I'm not really, I can't really remember. I know if you get bit, 100% chance that you're going to turn into a zombie. I want to say laceration is a 25% chance, so it's a little bit of RNG. You could not get infected, or you could get infected. And then a scratch, 5%. Don't quote me on these numbers. I'm not 100% sure. I just know a bite, you're definitely going to turn. Laceration, you have a medium chance of turning, and then scratch is the lowest chance. I don't think I've ever got a laceration outside of being attacked by a zombie, but I think if you get scratched, like when you're jumping a fence or walking through the woods, you don't have anything to worry about with that. The wound can get infected, then you'd have to find antibiotics, or you're going to get very sick, but you're not going to turn into a zombie from that. This bulletproof vest, 55% chance, or 55% scratch protection, 30% chance bite protection. And then, so when you take fire officer, you start with firefighter pants. And with that, 20% bite, 30% scratch. And you also have a bullet. I think that's for multiplayer. I'm pretty sure there's no other player. I mean, obviously there's no other players in this game. Single player, so you're not going to get shot by a zombie. And it's covered in blood. No holes though, which is good. And when you take the fire officer skill set, when you're first building your character, you can automatically start with these and military boots. Another good thing. 100% on your feet, bite and scratch. As you see, the conditions are going down though, but we have no holes yet, which is a good thing. But that's pretty, I mean, all the rest of this, it offers a little protection, like a denim shirt, a little bit of protection, but also have on a ranger jacket. So on top of that, it's going to add some more protection and no holes. So I'm not seeing any holes in our clothing. Good on that. A hard hat would give you 100% protection on your head. I think also a riot helmet. That's what I'm after at the police station. Well, I think that covers the clothing. I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep. That'll fast forward time till in the morning. As you see, it's raining outside right now. You can put a pot on the ground, or you can put rainwater collectors to collect that water if you didn't have access to any. As you can see on the map, I am right on the river. Well, you can't see it on here. But on here, you can see that blue right there. A little bit of blue, that's a river back there. So I'm not worried about collecting rainwater fuel. But we do need a generator before long, before the power goes out. But yep, I'm gonna go to sleep and we'll decide what we're gonna do from there in the morning. Pretty sure I'm gonna loot those houses. Yep, I'll see you guys in the morning. Right, so it's the next day. I woke up a little early. My alarm set for 5:30. Which now it may have been set for 4:30. Anyways, we're awake now. Still bored, so I'm probably gonna find a magazine. I'm gonna let my hunger go until I start losing health, then we'll eat. Well, there's a word search in there. Read that, and as you'll see, this will decrease my boredom. I'm a very slow reader. That did a little bit, but pretty bored. Read this magazine too. Alright, and you can see it's gone now. Pretty close to 6, so we'll probably get ready to head out. We're gonna go loot those houses. My water looks okay. I'm gonna leave this walkie-talkie here because you don't really need that unless you're playing multiplayer, or you can find the automated broadcast emergency system frequency. You can find that, then you can use it to figure out when the helicopter's coming, something that I couldn't do apparently because the helicopter surprised me, which is why I had to flee Riverside. But yeah, we'll get rid of that and go ahead and head out. Pretty empty, so see what's out there. And later on, there's 2 pots in there in the kitchen. We're gonna take those down there to the river and fill them up. Bring them back, and there was a campfire back there. I don't know if you've seen it. But we'll boil water on top of that. Well, I say we'll boil water on top of it when the electricity goes out. As long as we got electricity, we can use the stove. Should be a few houses this way. Maybe some vehicles in the way. Couple zombies. Go ahead and take care of them. Look around the house first. There ain't no behind the house. We'll also be able to see in the window to see if there's any in the house. Good there. You don't never know though, there could be one or two in the closet. Upstairs. If you see right there, there's the river. Go ahead and deal with these two over here so they don't sneak up on me later. And you notice I'm not sprinting. You can sprint, but I'm trying to save my energy. Because if you're in combat with a zombie and you lose energy, it's going to be a bad day. If you're fighting more than one or two. You see the condition of my baseball bat just went down right there. That's part of that mod I was talking about earlier. The weapon condition mod. See, it was in the red, so I kind of need to find another weapon pretty quickly. I just stomped her head to save me some weapon condition. Do that by pressing space. You can also, I should have just pushed her down, to be honest, not even using my baseball bat, as long as there's like one zombie. Get in here and just check it out. Not sure what we're looking for yet, but you can set off house alarms. Maybe we'll get to experience that in this video. If not, sure it'll come down the road. Turn that TV off so we don't attract any more zombies. And you see right there, that's called a door flash. You open and close the door really quick just to get a peek in the room. Guess there's about 10 zombies in there fitting to come out on you. So we're gonna take all this fresh food. Yeah, we'll take this. Ice cream is really good for freshen, pick your mood up a little bit. Take this cooking pot because we need all those we can get. I'll go ahead and take the canned food too. I think I can carry enough weight. Oh, this woman loots really slow because of that all thumbs trait that I was talking about. Takes a very long time. Another thing you can do, if you're not sure if there's a zombie in there, you can hit space, push on the door. They'll surely come and beat on the door. If they beat on the door, you'll not only hear it, but you can actually see the door like rattling. I'll show you that if we come across one. I think we're good on this room. Nothing useful. I like to leave my doors open to make sure we know that I cleared it. Good on that. Good. Take this up. Have some, but hurt to have some more. You don't have to take your time like this, but zombies will surprise you, I promise you. I've had so many jump scares in this game, it's not even funny. You'd think it was a horror game, which I guess it kinda is. Ah, yes, that's what I was looking for. That is literally the best long blunt weapon in the game. It has the best durability, so when this baseball bat breaks, it's gonna be good on that part. Put that crowbar and keep on going. Take these building supplies. Right here, when you're looting and you see batteries, batteries are good to have, but as you can see, the remaining, that bar is not all the way full green. I wouldn't even worry about taking it. That one's full, I'm gonna take it. In that briefcase. As you can see, I'm gonna take that. Because down in the South, we kind of like Hank Williams Jr. And that's part of the true music mod that I was talking about. So maybe I'll play a little clip of that later. But I can't play the whole song. But I believe everything in this house. See, I told you I leave doors open. I didn't even leave that door open. Head on down to the next house. This house has barricade. The planks, the windows and the door. So that indicates it's a survivor's house. They're not alive anymore, but they were surviving during the event. So there's probably some good loot in there. There's also a zombie in there, and I don't have a hammer. But I can't unbarricade it. Use the crowbar? Yeah, oh, I didn't know that. Learn something new every day in this game. You heard that noise right there. That's like when you all of a sudden see a zombie and it will scare the shit out of you. That's where the jump scares come in. But let's see if I can get this window open. Yep. You see right there, she fell on the ground, I just stomped her. That's all you gotta do. I've seen a lot of YouTube guides saying use the environment to your advantage. Always remember that. I hear a zombie beating on a door. I'd like to go ahead and find out where that is. Not in there. Up there, I guess it's up. So, since it's just one, I'm gonna try to push him down. Him or her. Her. Off her head in. Very family friendly. Oh, we got quite a few. We have one in every door. That's two, so I'm gonna use the bat on these. I'll loot them later. Two more. See, this is where multi-hit really comes in handy. On Apocalypse, you'd have to get them lined up and take on one at a time, and it's a lot more difficult than this. And my character, you can hear the heartbeat. My character is very panicked, and it says accuracy is going to be reduced. But I'm not really worried about that using a baseball bat. So it's just one, so I'm going to push her down. Attempt to. This is very risky. You can get bit very easily if you're not paying attention. But it saves your weapon condition, so in the long run it's pretty worth it. You can keep that baseball bat. I'm gonna take this magazine. Out here. Any more beating on any doors. Safe to look. There would be canned chili in a bathroom. I do not know. Take it. I need tweezers. Actually dying. See the heart's moving right here. It's because I'm starving. Your health is now just falling away. Just gonna continue to drain down until you eat just a little bit. So I'll probably go back down and look in the refrigerator right quick. You want to eat the fresh food before you eat the canned food. Canned food's gonna last forever. Power's gonna go out eventually, so unless you have a generator, You're not gonna be able to keep stuff refrigerated. I'm just gonna go ahead and eat all this ice cream. Give me a little morale boost. Alright, so that helped out my hunger. Give me a little pep in my step. Also gonna take that boom box if I can fit it, because I can play cassettes on it. But with the True Music mod, it adds that boom box so you can play cassettes. There's also vinyls, records. For that you have to find a record player and speakers. And in every car there is a cassette player. So if you don't have a boom box but you have a car, you can play cassette. Also gonna take the word search, newspaper. You need all this stuff for days when you're inside and you're gonna get bored. And as you can see, I'm getting overweight now. After we do this house, we're probably gonna have to head on back. Might have to go around that fence that I initially jumped. When you're overweight, you can't. See, my duffel bag's full. When you're overweight, you can't jump over a big fence. Well, you it's like a chance, like RNG. You could have like a horde of zombies chasing you, and you could try to jump over that fence, and like your character doesn't do it, so you fall back down. You're gonna be eaten. Or you could jump it, go right over it. You don't ever know. Oh, ooh. I think I already have one of these, but I'll take another. Take this. I can't. Oh yeah. It's all for storing water. I need it. More canned food. I'm fixing to be like really overweight. May have to come back to this house. I recently put a meme on Reddit, and it was about when the loot's. It said when the loot too good. I'll probably put a picture up right now. But so right here, extremely heavy load. Your movement will be compromised. You're gonna move a lot slower. You're not gonna be able to run as fast. See, that's just like a speed walk. Health is slowly gonna fall, but you will not die from it. Will hit a certain stage. I'm not sure, maybe 25%. You're not gonna die. So feel free, like if you feel safe walking back and forth to your base and you don't think there's a lot of zombies around, go ahead and overload yourself and take it on back. Or leave it there if you don't think it's safe and come back with a vehicle. Vehicles will hold a lot. I'm gonna dismantle this radio for the electrical experience. I haven't dismantled a television yet. I'm not even sure if that's a thing. We'll find out. Yeah, sure can, but there's a chance involved to it, so I'm probably gonna break it. Well, I didn't hear a broken sound, so I don't think I broke it. Yeah, I dismantled this digital watch. I'll have a screwdriver for it. Wondering why it went so fast. So, just looting up here. Get looted here. Oh man, I'm fitting to be overweight. Yep, another baseball bat would really come in handy. Right, that's enough. Head back home now and pray that we don't see any zombies. I have to head back out that window because there's still a board on the outside of the door. I'll go ahead and close it. Alright, I'm gonna speed this up. I'll see you back at base. And you see, that's what I was talking about. But since we're back here, I would also like to point out that I'm extremely exhausted from carrying all that. So that also has a factor in getting over this fence. We're gonna have to go around. So I'll speed it up again. And when you're extremely exhausted, it takes forever to kill a zombie. Right, so we made it back to base. I'm gonna go ahead and drop off all the food, pots, try and get rid of some of this weight. Right, well, we're gonna end it here. Didn't expect this to be a very big video, so still got to edit it and all that. But if you like what you see, just like and subscribe. I'm gonna be playing this game a lot. About the main game I play. I still play a little bit of Ravenfield. Still be doing those videos. Thanks for all the love and support for those videos, the Ravenfield ones. They spend a pretty good bit of time with those. I want to get people's work out there, the maps that they made. I want other people to see them and see how awesome Ravenfield is. But in the major part of my time, I'm playing Project Zomboid now. Something about it really appeals to me, the mechanics, and very grindy. I like grindy games when there's reward, but I mean, it's honestly like a roguelike. It could end at any minute. Like a horde could just come up and just destroy all of this. I mean, it's just give or take game. It can cripple you, or it could just make you really happy. But I'm gonna end the video on this note. Play a little bit of Hank. Show y'all what he's about. Well, let's try the vehicle instead, because that's the reason I guess the mod's broken. Look into that. Got a visitor. I'm very exhausted, so I'm very worried. Oh my god, die. Alright, let's try to play the cassette in here so we can end this video. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. There will be more to come, I promise. See y'all in the next one.